Hello students, today we are going to start with the new topic and one of the interesting topic, that is 2 marks question from the abdomen. Before previously we have already discussed with the 2 marks question of the abdomen. In the 2 marks question of the abdomen, we must have to think about the osteology of the abdomen and pelvis. In the osteology of the abdomen and pelvis, the lumbar vertebrae, first lumbar vertebra is atypical, while that second, third, fourth and fifth lumbar vertebrae are, first one is atypical and remaining four are typical vertebrae. Then the bony skeleton of the pelvis, the bony skeleton of the pelvis is made by the sacrum and the iliac bone. The sacrum, important features of the sacrum consist of the promontory, sacral hiatus, ala, the pelvic foramen, are also called as the ventral foramen and dorsal foramen, and sacral hiatus and cornu. These are the important features of the sacrum. In addition to these, the sacrum consists. Sacrum is the bone. What type of the sacroiliac joint is the most firm joint in the body. Then the bony differences between the pelvic or the pelvimetry of the differences between the female and male pelvis. At least three important differences in between the male and female pelvis. So male and female pelvis, three important differences consist of the that pelvic outlet, the pelvic outlet, and the the obturator foramen is triangular in case of a female, and it is oval in male. Then the false pelvis is deep in male and shallow in female. The pelvic inlet is heart-shaped in male, and in female it is transversely oval. Pelvic cavity is smaller and deeper in male, and in female the pelvic cavity is shallow. Then the pelvic outlet, the sacrum is the larger and narrower in male. These are the some important differences in between the pelvis of a male and female. The intervertebral joints between the vertebral bodies and joints between the vertebral arches. So this is about the questions derived from the pelvimetry and from the lumbar vertebrae and from the sacrum. Then comes the anterior abdominal wall. Anterior abdominal wall, the surface marking is a umbilicus. What is the nerve supply? 2 marks question. What is the nerve supply of the umbilicus? The umbilicus is supplied by T10, thoracic 10 segment, and the two anatomical importances of the umbilicus. It is a watershed line of a lymphatic and venous drainage, and skin around the umbilicus. The umbilicus is one of the important sites from which tributaries of the portal vein anastomose with the systemic vein. Then What is the embryological importance of the umbilicus? The umbilicus is the meeting point of the four lateral head and tail folds of the embryonic plate, and this is the meeting point of the three systems, namely digestive, excretory, and the vascular system. That is the embryological importance of the umbilicus. What is the umbilicus? Umbilicus is a remnant or a scar. It is formed by the remnant of the root of the umbilicus cord. Name the muscles of the anterior abdominal wall. There are four major muscles of the anterior abdominal wall: rectus abdominis, transversus abdominis, external oblique, and internal oblique muscles. In addition to these two muscles, there are two smaller muscles. One is the cremaster and conjoint tendon of these. Then the contents of the rectus sheath. Rectus sheath is a covering of the aponeurosis of the anterior abdominal wall muscle around the rectus abdominis muscle. So it consists of the rectus abdominis muscle, and superior epigastric artery and inferior epigastric artery. Superior epigastric artery and inferior epigastric artery. Then it consists of the vein and nerve and rectus abdominis muscle itself. These are the main contents of the rectus sheath. Rectus sheath has the anterior wall, posterior wall, medial wall, and lateral wall. So it is just a covering to the rectus abdominis muscle. Inguinal canal. The inguinal canal, walls of the inguinal canal, anterior wall is made by skin, superficial fascia, external oblique aponeurosis. Then the lateral 1/3 fleshly fibers of the internal oblique muscle, and the posterior wall by the whole extrinsic muscle, fascia transversalis, extraperitoneal tissue, and parietal peritoneum. The medial 2/3, the conjoint tendon, and the roof is formed by the fibers of the internal oblique and transversus abdominis muscle, and floor is formed by the grooved upper surface of the inguinal ligament. Then the structure passing through the inguinal ligament is spermatic cord in case of male, and ilioinguinal nerve. Then in case of a female, through the inguinal ligament, the round ligament of the uterus, the ilioinguinal nerve, and the internal oblique muscle and external oblique muscle. The constituents of the spermatic cord. Spermatic cord, what interiorly it consists of? Main important vas deferens, the pampiliform veins of the testes, then testicular arteries and testicular veins, the pampiliform veins, the lymph vessels, and the ilioinguinal nerve, and remnants of the processus vaginalis. These are the main important. What are the coverings of the spermatic cord? Internal spermatic fascia and cremasteric fascia, and the external spermatic fascia. These are the coverings of the testes. The vasectomy is done, the cutting, the male vasectomy, purush nasbandi, that is cutting of the vas deferens is done in case to the spermatic cord. there are number of abdominal hernias. The external hernia umbilicus, paraumbilicus, femoral hernia, inguinal, epigastric, diverticulum recti, incisional, and lumbar. These are the various hernias. Any two differences between the direct, in case of a female, the femoral hernia is very common, and in case of male, the inguinal hernia is common. So, we must two differences between the direct inguinal hernia and indirect inguinal hernia. Indirect inguinal hernia, perforated sac. Etiology is perforated sac. In indirect, predisposing factor is no there in indirect. On standing, the indirect inguinal hernia disappear. Then direction of a sac comes through the deep inguinal ring, and obstruction is common. As the neck is narrow, an internal ring occlusion not seen. The test is not seen. While in case of a deep inguinal hernia, the abdominal protrusion is there even in a standing pose. The etiology is a weakness of the posterior wall of inguinal canal, and predisposing factor is a chronic bronchitis and enlarged prostate. On standing, it comes out, and direction of the sac, it comes out via Hasselbalch triangle, and not common cause for neck is wide. Then the swelling is seen in case of a direct inguinal hernia. Direct inguinal hernia मध्ये उभं राहिल्यावर सुद्धा सूज दिसते. Then the male external genitals. Name the male external genitals. The male external genital organs, it includes penis, scrotum, testis, epididymis, and spermatic cord. The penis is an organ of the urination as well as copulation. The parts, glands, and interiorly the penis is made by spongiosus. It is spongy, and interiorly there is a helicine type of arteries in the interior of the penis. So above there are two corpus cavernosus and below corpus spongiosus, through which the urethra comes out. The penis is supplied by pudendal nerve. External genitals, the pudendal nerve, erection of the penis, and the parts of the penis, class penis, body of the penis, and root of the penis. The penile part of the urethra passes through the penis. It is 16 centimeter long, and total length of the male urethra is 20 centimeters. It is divided into three parts. The first one is a prostatic part, membranous part, and penile part. Penile part is longest. Scrotum is supplied by L1, L2, L3, L4, L5, and S1, S2, S3. What is the weight of the testis? The weight of the testis is 10 to 15 grams. What are the coverings of the testis? The testis are covered by three layers: tunica vaginalis, tunica albuginea, and tunica vasculosa. The structure and functional unit of the testis is a seminiferous tubule in which the spermatogenesis takes place. Then interior of the testis consists of a rete testis, mediastinal testis, Then the glandular part of the testis consists of 200 to 300 lobules, and the seminiferous tubules 20 to 30 straight tubules are there in the mediastinum. The testicular artery is directly from the abdominal aorta, but there is a difference in the veins of the right testis and left testis. So right testicular vein open into the inferior vena cava, and left testicular vein open into the left renal vein. This is the difference between the venous drainage of a right and left testis. The testis is testis are located in the scrotum. So there may be absence of the testis, that is called as a anorchism, absence of both testis. There are then undescended testis. Testis is a scrotal organ. For the spermatogenesis, it requires a normal atmospheric temperature. Normal atmospheric temperature, and the atmospheric temperature gets available only in the scrotum. But if there is failure of a descent of testis, that clinical condition is called as undescended testis. The testis may be ectopic. They do not remain at their place. The testis may occupy the abnormal position due to the deviation from the normal route of descent. It may under the skin, lower part of the abdomen, under the skin, in front of the thigh, in the femoral canal, under the skin, in the penis, or in the perineum behind the scrotum. The important features of the ectopic testis. Testis is usually fully developed, usually accompanied by indirect inguinal hernia. It may be divorced from the epididymis, which may lie in the scrotum. Then hemiprodism, one of the clinical condition in which there is an intersex. Some organs are of a male and some organs are of a female. That is called as a hemiphroditism or an intersex. So, there may be heterosex. Inflammation of the testis is called as orchitis. Orchitis is a secondary result of the mumps. Mumps is the inflammation and swelling of the parotid gland. Artery of the ductus deferens is a branch of the superior vesical artery. Then the peritoneum. Questions from the peritoneum. Peritoneum is a policeman. It is a thin covering to the abdominal organ. The nature has made the thin covering to the abdominal organ, and some organs are located behind in the posterior abdominal wall. Such organs are being called as a retroperitoneal organs. So, the 9 regions of the abdomen, abdominal cavity, the transpyloric plane, transtubercular plane, semilunar planes, they passes mid of the or the mid-clavicular planes that divides the abdomen into 9 compartments. What are the 9 compartments of the abdomen? Right hypochondriac region, epigastric region, left hypochondriac region. The middle one is the right lumbar region, umbilicus region, and left lumbar region. The lower right iliac region, or also called as the inguinal region, then hypogastric region and left iliac region. So, and interiorly under cover of the anteroabdominal wall, these are the regions of the abdomen, divided ideally, or that is just an idea we have divided for our convenience, for the convenience of the students, for the convenience of the physicians, for the convenience of the surgeon. We have divided these 9 regions of the abdomen. So this anatomy of the 9 regions of the abdomen is variable according to the age, sex, and in the morning, before defecation and before urination. So the organs in the epigastric region are stomach, then the spleen, and organs in the right hypochondriac region are liver, mainly occupies right hypochondriac region, epigastric region, and left hypochondriac region. The umbilicus region consists of the ileum and jejunum, and the duodenum occupies the epigastric region, the right hypochondriac region, and umbilicus region. The right lumbar is occupied mainly by the kidneys and left lumbar by the left kidney. And in the hypogastric region, anteriorly, there is a, what are the organs located in the hypogastric region? Are anteriorly the urinary bladder, then the in the female uterus, and posteriorly the rectum. And to the right side there is a vermiform appendix, right iliac region. What is McBurney's point? The junction of the lateral junction of the line joining the umbilicus with the anterior superior iliac spine. So it is a junction of the lateral 2/3 and medial 1/3. It's called as the McBurney's point. Then the contents of the right iliac region, it consists of mainly the vermiform appendix, cecum, ascending colon. Ascending colon travels through that lumbar region, and even it occupies the umbilicus. It passes through just about to the umbilicus region, that is right colic plexus, left colic plexus, and descending colon that occupies sigmoid colon is present into the right into the hypogastric region, rectum, and anal canal. So in the hypogastric region, urinary bladder, uterus, and rectum. In case of female, in case of male, urinary bladder and rectum and anal canal. They are the main important organs in the hypogastric. In the left iliac, there is a in the left iliac region, the descending colon, and descending colon is there in the left iliac region mainly. Parietal peritoneum and visceral peritoneum. These are the folds of the peritoneum. Outer one is parietal and inner one is visceral. In the peritoneal cavity, functions of the peritoneum, then there are mainly two functions of the peritoneum. One is the movement of the viscera protection of the viscera, and absorption and dialysis, and healing power and adhesions, and storage of fat. These are the main important functions of the peritoneum. Collection of the fluid in the peritoneum cavity is called as a ascites. Ascites is the condition in which there is a fluid in the abdomen, is called as a ascites. Inflammation of the peritoneum is called as a peritonitis. Laparoscopy is used for the examination of the abdominal organ, and laparoscope is a instrument. There are two peritoneal folds. There are mainly two peritoneal folds. The greater omentum is a fold of the peritoneum which is attached to the greater curvature of the stomach, and lesser omentum is a fold of the peritoneum which is attached to the lesser curvature of the stomach. Contains of the greater omentum is the right and left gastroepiploic vessels and a ladon with the fat. The lesser omentum mainly consists of proper hepatic artery, portal vein, bile duct, lymph nodes and lymphatics, and the hepatic fluxuses of the nerves. Then right gastric vessels, left gastric vessels, and the gastric group of lymph nodes and lymphatics, and the branches of the gastric nerve. Mesentery. What is mesentery? Mesentery is a Greek word. That means it is a peritoneum that suspends the small intestine, coils of the intestine. It's called as a mesentery. Nowadays, the anatomist has been declared the mesentery as an organ. The jejunum and ileum is suspended by the peritoneum. It's called as a superior inferior mesentery. What is the length of the, what is the blood supply of the peritoneum attached to the colon is transverse mesocolon, then to the mesoappendix to the appendix, and sigmoid mesocolon to the sigmoid colon, and the reflection of the peritoneum to the liver. Liver is covered by the folds of the peritoneum, the falciform ligament anteriorly, then left triangular ligament, right coronary ligament, and ligamentum venosum. These are nothing but the folds of the peritoneum. Liver is fully covered by the peritoneum except some areas which are bare, which is not covered by the peritoneum. So these are the peritoneal attachments of the liver. We'll see during the liver the bare areas of the liver, fossa or gallbladder. Then a fissure of the ligamentum venosum is not covered. Then a small area behind the right lobe of the liver is bare area of the liver. The boundaries of the epiploic foramen. What is epiploic foramen? Epiploic foramen is also called as a foramen of a Winslow. It is the opening of the lesser sac or lesser omentum with the greater omentum, and its boundaries anteriorly right, lesser omentum, posteriorly inferior vena cava, superiorly caudate process of liver, and inferiorly the first part of the duodenum and horizontal part of the hepatic artery. Then the contents boundaries of the lesser sac, anteriorly peritoneum and posteriorly third layer of the greater omentum. The subdivisions of the lesser sac is downward and forward course of the common hepatic artery, superior recess, inferior recess and splenic recess. These are the subdivisions of the lesser sac. Special regions of the abdominal cavity consist of mainly the intraperitoneal spaces are left anterior space, left posterior space, right anterior space and the right posterior space. The extraperitoneal spaces include right extraperitoneal space, left extraperitoneal space and midline extraperitoneal space is the name given to the bare area of the liver. So these are the special spaces and the extraperitoneal spaces. What is a hepatorenal pouch? Hepato means liver and kidney. There is a pouch. It is also called as a Morrison's pouch. Anteriorly it is bounded by the inferior surface of the right lobe of the liver and gallbladder. Posteriorly, right suprarenal gland, upper part of the right kidney, second part of the duodenum, hepatic flexure of colon and transverse mesocolon, a part of the head of the pancreas. These are the posterior relation of the Morrison's pouch or hepatorenal pouch. Now, what is pouch of Douglas? Pouch of Douglas is a pouch in between the uterus and the rectum. The boundary is anteriorly uterus, posteriorly the rectum and inferiorly the floor of the retrovaginal fold of peritoneum. What is internal hernia? The internal hernia